Now we will start with the creation of the PLSQL block of code under the assignment number 4. Okay, so here initially we will create a one table. The name of table is the borrower. Then we will create a second table. Name of that table is the find. Okay, these are the attribute belongs to this particular tables. So here we have created this particular table borrower, and we have inserted some few records into it. Okay, so and then we have created one table, that is the find, and in which also we have inserted the 6 records. Okay, now we want to implement the cursor. So before starting the cursor, I want to explain you what is the use of cursor. Okay, so I will share you one document file with you, simple document file. We will go through it. So what is the cursor in PLSQL? Okay, so basically you have to remember that suppose I have write the query, select star from the table name, so it will shows us all the records from that table. Same thing we are performing under the cursor program also. But the thing is that whenever we are firing any query using select operation, direct output will be coming on our screen. Okay, there will be no control at the background execution, but the help of cursor we are processing a output row by row. So validation is possible with the help of cursor. Okay, so cursor basically act like a reference pointer to the program context area. Okay, program context area having a set of records, which is execution of the select clause. Okay, so what exactly the cursor does? Cursor will returns a set of records using the select SQL statement. So you have to remember that PLSQL controls the context area using the cursor concept. So active set of rows or the tuples that will be held by the cursor. Okay, so now all of you remember that with the help of cursor row by row processing is possible, and we are doing the validation on each row. Okay, so here to be it will gives us a background control. Now directly we will start with the implementation of the cursor. Okay, so directly we'll go with the environment. Okay, so here to be basically cursor will divide into the 4 part. Okay, so cursor initially what we are doing, declare the cursor, then open the cursor, then we are fetch the values from active set, and then close the cursor. All of you remember these things whichever I have written here. Okay, so all of you concentrate. What we want to perform, initially we have declare the cursor with cursor name and what operation we want to perform under that cursor. You have to remember most important thing, cursor always works on select operation only. Okay, any other operation cannot get performed under the cursor. You have to remember that only the cursor will perform on select operation. Any update, delete, that type of query not get executed under the cursor. So select operation always get performed under the cursor. Now we have to declare a cursor with cursor name and select operation. So now what we are doing initially, we will start with the cursor. Now what I will do, declare cursor, start with declare statement, declare my cursor, suppose cursor here, cursor SC. What is the meaning of that? Cursor SC is the cursor name. So declare cursor SC is. What the cursor SC does? Cursor SC does select name from borrower table. Okay, so I will show you initially the borrower table. So here, this is my borrower table. Okay, what it contains? It contains a roll number, name, date of issue, name of book, and status. So I want to display the name of all borrower from the borrower table, but using cursor. Instead of writing the query, select name from the borrower. Okay, so I will show you the cursor PLSQL block of code. Cursor SC is doing this operation. For that, cursor now get created. What is the name of my cursor? SC. It is the user defined name. There are two types of cursor. One is the implicit cursor and another is the explicit cursor. Implicit cursor will executed at the background automatically or the internally. We are not having any code to write explicitly. But here explicit cursor are implemented by the third party user or the developer. Okay, so here the cursor SC we have created explicitly. I is the variable that is going to be used under this program of the SC cursor. So what is the data type for cursor I? That is the borrower is the name of table, borrower dot name percentage type. What is the meaning of that? The name is the attribute of the borrower table. What is the data type of that name attribute get applied to the I? Means I int. In short, you have to remember. Instead of writing I int or the number, directly we are matching the data type. Then second block, begin the coding. Begin open cursor. Okay, open the cursor. So program context area get opened. Then we will start with the loop. Row by row we are processing the cursor. Fetch the value. Fetch SC into I. Okay, so SC holds a 5 records. Now we are pointing I to the first record. Okay, so if SC not found, okay, if SC not found means if SC I will come from 0th record, then first record, then second up to 6th record. After that no more record is there, then we are coming out of loop. We are closing the loop, closing the if condition, and then directly we are printing the value of I row by row, like for loop. I equal to 0, first record get printed. I equal to 1, second record get printed. So row by row processing is performed till the end of the record. Whenever we are reaching the last record, it will check a implicit cursor. SC percentage not found means no more records are there. This is the last record, so sixth record get printed. Okay, so now we will execute the cursor and we will check the output. So what it shows? It shows all the name of name attribute from the borrower table row by row, and it will shown by the I. I will hold the cursor value. And what is the name of my cursor? SC. Okay, this is the all about the fourth assignment. Okay, so this is the explicit cursor. So we will do one more type of cursor in next assignment. Okay, so this is the simple cursor we have implemented under the fourth problem statement. Okay, thank you all.